We have made it to a beautiful Tuesday, everyone. Hopefully you're enjoying the outdoors. Have you, Claudia?
Yes, I just went outside, and I honestly just kind of stood there. I'm not gonna lie.
No, same. Just like this. Oh, the microphone might need.
I went outside today. Sorry, my brain is just stuck on the sun, you know.
It is. It is. We're feeling good, and you're all springy looking with the weather outside. I love it.
Yes, and there's a reason for that, because I don't usually do my hair like this.
I really like it.
Thank you. It doesn't usually look that different, but my hair is like this. I was going for, okay, to be fair, I was going for the Farrah Fawcett look this morning, but I couldn't get my bangs to stay in the center of my head.
They're hard to, especially when the hair goes a certain way, yeah.
I've got a colic right here, so it wasn't going. So I was like, you know what, we're still gonna roll with it, because it is Retro Day on Studio 10. We are having Vintage Junkie Store. Come on, and they're gonna talk to us all about vintage fashion. And the cool thing about the word vintage is it doesn't, it spans a lot of eras, right?
It does.
So we're kind of going for like the mid-century modern look,
okay.
But that, that doesn't mean you can't be vintage 80s. That doesn't mean you can't be vintage 60s. So that's what we're going for today, and it's going to be really fun. She's going to talk all things like fashion and retro, and it's going to be really fun.
It's on the rise, too. I feel like a lot of people are doing more thrifting, trying to find more of those vintage pieces and trying to be unique in their own way. It's really cool.
And even hair, everyone's hair is kind of going back a little bit if you look, and it's
trying to get
the
bigger hair a little bit.
Yeah, because, I feel like for 10 years, we were straightening our hair to that's all we were doing.
My hair's only straight. This is all it does.
Yes, but it looks cute. It's very classic and chic.
But
you know what I mean? Like, everyone was going for the long, straight hair. Now, we're starting to add some flair to it. And that's what today's show is all about.
All right.
It's how we can, incorporate modern retro vibes into our style.
I like that.
Yes.
Tying it all together.
And then, of course, it is Take Me Home Tuesday, so we're going to have our furry friend on the show to get them a lovely home. And then we are also Rochelle's going to be live with the Grand Ledge Palm team all day.
Yes.
And I'm super excited for that. And because, schools have dance teams, they have cheer teams, but pom team, that's something I never had as a kid.
I used to be in it.
Used to be a pom girl?
I used to be a pom girl.
Taylor.
I know. My mom threw me in it because I have my brothers, so she's like, you need to do a girly thing.
A girly thing,
That was my girly thing for 2 years, and then I was like, all right.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I'm excited.
I can teach you some things.
Yes, you know what? We're gonna have a Taylor Gattoni Palm Day.
Oh, good. Don't watch that one.
Breaking news. Yeah.
A lot of very snappy moves. That's how it was. Very snappy.
Very snappy, and precision is everything, and that's what Rochelle's going to be talking to them about.
And kick line too. Yeah. They're tough with their kick lines.
It's intense. You are, you're not your own person. You're a part of a team, and the aspect of the teamwork on a pom team, that's all it comes down to.
It all comes down to the counts. You're counting in your head, making sure you're in the formation. Wow, you're bringing me back right now to the high school days, which is really weird.
You.
Yeah, like, wow.
Yeah, well, that is what we're going to be doing on Studio 10 today. So, watch us outside. If you can, watch us outside. And
take a walk and watch.
Yes, you can, because you can always stream us as well. So, if you like what you heard, we'll see you at 3 p.m.
All right, sounds good, Claudia. Yeah, and definitely head outside while you can, because beautiful temperatures. Oh, let me take this off so you can actually see the full screen. Thank you, Claudia. We'll see you coming up 3 o'clock today on Studio 10. So, of course, like Claudia was saying, if you can't watch, you can always go to @WILX Studio 10 to stay up to date with their social media pages. If you want to go to their YouTube page, rewatch anything, send a link to anyone, pass it forward @WILX Studio 10. Or if you want to participate in any of their questions, get featured, or a little shout out on Studio 10, Studio 10 at WILX.com is the place you can reach out those emails to. And if you're a business, feel free to do that as well. But we were talking about those beautiful skies outside. And more so because if you can't watch Studio 10 because you want to enjoy the weather, well, again, you can live stream and do the walk and watch, and there you go. But it's looking pretty good over I-496 right now. You're seeing the blue skies and a lot of that sunshine, and we have Justin Bradford here to just tell us all about what's happening now and then later, which you actually, that's the part you really want to hear about.
Yeah, so our focus has remained, and it's almost unfortunate in a lot of ways, but has remained on the impending strong to severe thunderstorms that come in tonight. But what an incredible day outside. And of course, maybe not necessarily great in the grand scheme of things in February to be doing it this warm, but you know, if we've got it, might as well enjoy it while it's there, right? And so temperatures before today have never gotten as high as 70 degrees in mid-Michigan. The warmest we had ever been at any point in time was February 11th, 1999. At that time, we got to 69 degrees. That was our previous all-time record high for the month of February. Our record today, 64, back in 1867. You got to go back 157 years for that in Lansing. The Jackson record of 67 only 9 years ago in 2015. But both of those records were blown away by lunchtime today, and we've now gone even warmer than that into this afternoon. It's not only the first time we've reached 70 degrees in February across mid-Michigan, we've done it in grand fashion. A lot of folks are above the 70-degree mark right now.
That's just wild to me. We are in February. I was telling Justin earlier, if this were like end of March, I'd be like, oh yeah, we'll take it. And then I know a lot of us will take it now, but again, thinking about the overall winter we've had, the lack of snow.
So we got a couple things working. One part, a smaller part of it, is the overall warming world that we're in. And then another part is that we've got, in addition to that, a very strong El Nino pattern, which we've been talking about a lot. We have not had snow cover. We have not had very cold ground a lot of the winter. So that makes it really easy on a day like this with these conditions to get even warmer than we were had we had a cold ground or snow. Even if there was no snow on the ground for a lot of winter, we've had warm lows. We've never really frozen that ground pretty solid down underneath. And so that makes it really easy to warm up and kind of bake the earth quite literally. And we've done that this afternoon.
Well, I got a question for you. Do you like roller coasters?
I do, very much.
You know that like terror drop at Cedar Point where you're really high and then all of a sudden you just drop down?
Yeah.
We're about to do that with the temperatures.
Yeah, this is a Millennium Force type deal right here. I mean, we are quite literally just falling off a cliff tonight and through the day tomorrow. I don't think in my career or looking back in records I've ever seen such a significant drop in apparent temperature from one day to the next in 24 hours as what we're going to have in the next 24. And so that's pretty crazy. And it all has started this afternoon with what we've had go on outside.
Right.
And so that's what we've got to speak about. Well, we were hoping to have the weather graphics, but it may be gone. I wonder if Andy down in the Weather Center has disconnected from that. So perhaps...
Let me try sky cam again real quick. Let me try to switch some... Oh, and now it just popped up. Oh, look at that. Technology. There we go.
Okay, it has returned. I don't know...
That was strange.
I do not know whether or not this is Andy on the graphics or if it is me on the graphics. We're going to have to see.
We do have something real quick. Michelle is asking, will this affect the crops given the yes?
Yes, it's possible, yes. I mean, with the very warm temperatures that we're seeing right now, it is possible that could be the place. And so that's kind of going to be something that could be possible for us across mid-Michigan. And so, yeah, it's something that we could deal with. Certainly a little early to tell. We'll have to see how the rest of the late winter here and early spring goes. Sure, if you could.
But this could, Michelle, affect, it's affecting people's jobs, crops, animals if they're hibernating. A lot of them coming back. A lot more birds I'm hearing in the morning, so they could be migrating back. And then I talked about the crops already. Oh, there was one more thing I was talking about. Lost my train of thought. That's okay. Are you texting Andy right now?
Yes, I am, actually.
Well, let me show you the first alert weather day. What Justin will be talking about, the bullet points here is what you need to know for the first alert weather day today. And again, this is definitely one of those first alert weather days you want to continuously keep checking back in because continuously changing, and we're going to see when it gets closer to tonight the impacts, how severe those really are.
Yeah, right. And that's a primary focus that we want to have with this system because we are going to move into this pattern where we bring in strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into the overnight period. And so that's kind of where we're headed as we go throughout these next couple of days moving forward here especially. The big changes are going to be something that takes place, and well, you see that we lose the graphic there. But once again, we got a lot going on. I think as you bear with us here, Andy's pulling the show back up that is mined down there. And you know, of course, he's in a little bit early today because he's preparing for this, what is again a beautiful afternoon, to become a fairly noisy and eventful evening out there. And so that's sort of what we're going to be gearing towards as we go throughout this forecast period. And that's what we'll expect to have as we get out into the daytime tomorrow. So hopefully we're able to get those weather graphics back up shortly, and we can dive back into that outside once that is up.
Let me try to get another little sky cam going right now, so that way you can, here, let me put the sky cam back up so it looks a little better. You're not seeing me just hanging off the side.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to the graphics right there. But let's see if we can show you a look over Delta. That's actually looking really nice with the blue skies over there.
Yes, yeah, so very nice outside right now over in that area. We, again, are seeing lots of blue sky, and as we've been mentioning, it's a really nice afternoon to be able to enjoy across mid-Michigan. Really, really nice temperatures. Got a few clouds out there in the skies in Jackson right now, but once again, temperatures all across mid-Michigan have continued to warm up in a big way outside, and that'll be the case as we go throughout most of the rest of this forecast too. Moving forward, over Michigan State's campus, again, similar scenes that we've got outdoors, and once again, this is just part of the pattern that we've got as we head into the rest of this afternoon. So here you can see the current numbers, and this is what we've got outside right now. It's hard to fathom that these are our temperatures, but we are at 72 right now with a south-southwest wind continuing to bring that in. Again, we have never reached the 70s in the month of February here in mid-Michigan, and we've done it by a couple of degrees. And so here as we look at the US 127 Skycam outside, once again, you can see numbers at 72. Really nice afternoon ongoing, and the numbers 73 in Mason, 71 for Jackson, Coldwater and Hillsdale just shy of 70 degrees, but they were there at the top of the last hour, so those numbers fluctuating a little bit at the state line. But once again, this is a record warm afternoon, and not just for this day in history. We have shattered the daily records for this day by 8 degrees in Lansing thus far and by 4 in Jackson. But what we've also done is we've broken the all-time warmest temperature for the whole month in general. And so that's something that we've had take place. And you can see that it is a first alert weather day that we are still focused on as we head into our overnight period here. Even though we've got a really beautiful afternoon, which we hope you can take advantage of a bit and enjoy, we are going to move back the other direction in a big way overnight. So here's what we're kind of tracking here in your first alert forecast. Gusty thunderstorms that bring in strong winds and hail. This is winds with the potential to reach 60 miles per hour in severe criteria, and also hailstones that are an inch in diameter or larger. Now that can cause damage to homes and vehicles, and so that's very much what we have kind of going on here. This is going to be our primary focus. Of course, yes, it is a beautiful day outside. Pretty wild that we've got these warm of conditions in February. We didn't expect to have that even as warm as we've been this winter. But hey, the El Nino has played into that in a big way, and that's where we find ourselves. So we wanted to take a peek here at the severe weather outlook. This is the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center. Has us in a slight risk. That's a 2 out of 5 for severe weather. And while 2 out of 5 doesn't seem like a really high likelihood, in the severe weather world, it just means that you have an opportunity for isolated storms to become strong to severe. That enhanced risk you see across the lake in orange, just north of Chicago and towards Milwaukee, that's where you have a little bit more in the way of widespread activity. And when you have a moderate or high risk, which is very rare here in mid-Michigan to see, you can get much stronger and greater likelihoods for storms too. Slight risk, though, still means that you need to be prepared. And once again, as we head into the hour-by-hour forecast, this is kind of how things play out. So again, the afternoon, pretty sunny and dry, and we may even warm up a few more degrees, even though we're already well into the 70s in some spots. But it's as we head into the overnight that we bring these major changes. Here's a line of showers and storms, pretty strong ones that start to come in. Now this model has this at 11 p.m. If the storms flare up a little sooner, they could be as early as 9:30, 10 o'clock. And so that's sort of the target window here is going to be between 9 p.m. and probably a little after midnight for us to see the strongest of these storms. So this will come after dark, and it will come in the hours when most people are either in bed or getting ready for bed when these are on your doorstep. And so either watch us on our platforms, whether it's on air during our shows that'll be coming up in the late evening hours, or you can stream us as well. And we also will have updates on the First Alert Weather app and a lot of those as we go throughout this forecast window and period. Another thing to note is that we have a second part of this whole trend coming. Once the storms do blow through, There are some major changes coming tomorrow that we've talked about as well, even compared to today. And so you might have the shorts and the T-shirts. A lot of folks in our newsroom are enjoying that right now. But
the shortest sleeve dress too.
That is not going to be the case tomorrow. You're not going to be able to do that, probably comfortably at least. I won't tell you how to live your life, but yeah, it'll go right back to what we would expect for February. Just coming off a day that feels more like May is going to be different. And so that's kind of what we have here. And so hour by hour, taking it further out as the storms blow through. You see the line gone there. We will bring in some rain showers headed out into our day on Wednesday, but it's the feels like temperatures that are going to be majorly different. So here is this afternoon. And obviously this model even has numbers that are a little cooler than they are, since we're in the 70s out there right now. But watch what happens as we head into the rest of our evening. Those numbers will start to sink, and here comes the cold air spilling in by tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Here are the feels like temperatures. We're looking at numbers near and below the freezing mark. That's not where we stop either. Heading into the afternoon, the air temperature will be in the 20s. But look at these wind chills. Single-digit wind chills are possible tomorrow afternoon, along with a few snowflakes. So you're going from 70s today, setting the warmest day in the history of our state in February, to single-digit wind chills tomorrow. That's a difference of more than 60 degrees in feels like temperature. I went back and looked at 100 years of records, and I could not find anything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but I could not find a day where we went in 24 hours to a 60-degree or greater difference in apparent temperature in a 24-hour period. It's possible it's happened. I couldn't find it in my look at the data, and certainly not in the last 20 years have we seen anything like this. And so pretty extreme changes coming to mid-Michigan. The winds will be gusty tomorrow as well. They'll be running generally about 20 to 30 miles per hour out of the west-northwest, and so you will feel that bite to the air tomorrow as well. So here finally is the 10-day forecast as we look at things moving forward. Again, 72 high today, and again, we got those storms that are working into mid-Michigan. And as we head into Wednesday, notice that tonight the low temperature is the same as the high tomorrow, and that's because the number will just continue to drop as we go throughout these next 24 hours. Wednesday afternoon is going to be in the 20s with wind chills in the single digits, so that 36 is even deceptively warm for what we will see. The rain will change to snow flurries before it wraps up. The good news is the snow is not expected to accumulate or stick. Really hard to do that when you're coming out of a day where it's in the 70s. But we will go into the teens Wednesday night, and so that's one other thing to consider as we get out into Thursday morning. We are going to have temperatures in the teens to start our leap day, the final day of February, and so it will feel a lot more like February on Thursday morning. However, it's a sunny day. We're back near 40, and as you see here, we jump about 10 degrees a day headed towards the weekend. 50 on Friday, March 1st, 60 for the first Saturday of March, 65 for the first Sunday of March, and how about back near 70 next Monday? We might bring in a few rain showers next week, but the highs are still staying in the 50s for the most part. This is an incredibly warm and unusual stretch for the time of year. I don't know if I've ever seen in my career, certainly I know I haven't, but I don't know if at any time in the past, going back 10 years or more, I've seen a forecast like this in mid-Michigan. I think another way that we like to visualize it here, we'll jump ahead to this 10-day temperature trend.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like this where it goes from 72 to 36 and then climb back up. And then I mean, it literally is a roller coaster. It's the first steep drop and then back up around a nice big bank turn. That is Millennium Force. That's kind of what we're doing here. And so it's pretty crazy that we're dealing with all this. Obviously the big swings in temperature extremes, but also the strong to severe storms tonight, which again are kind of our primary focus. And so one more quick look at the 10-day before we wrap things up with weather here. Just big swings going on. Enjoy this afternoon, but make sure that you're staying weather aware. Download the First Alert Weather app because we are going to be tracking these storms all the way into the evening. I expect for most of us this will be after 9 p.m. tonight that these come in, but we did want you to be aware of that because you may lose power. There may be damaging wind gusts and also hail with some of these storms. Hopefully you do not have to deal with any of those, at least to an extreme, and that you don't have any issues with your property or anything like that out there. But we did want you to be aware of all of that. Of course, it's our main focus. Enjoy today. Keep the winter gear around tomorrow. Stay weather aware tonight. Charge those devices this afternoon, maybe while you head out for a walk would be a great idea. And then if you're unable to enjoy today and you're like, man, I'm missing the day when it's 70, again, we got another one coming by the end of this forecast towards Monday and the weekend. If you told me the first weekend of March would be 60s and partly cloudy to mostly sunny, I mean, I'm taking that 100 times out of 10. So personally, on a personal note. And so good looking forecast aside from the wild swings over the next 48 hours. buckle in. We've been talking about the roller coaster this whole time. You're all tall enough to ride. I know it's scary. Just scream a little, hold on for dear life. We're going to be all right.
Sounds good.
Yep.
I like the precaution.
Doing what we can.
All
Metaphors are fun, you know?
They are fun.
They're pretty cool.
They're fun. You're good at them, too.
Like to come up with stuff. Practicing for fatherhood.
That's true. Oh, yeah.
So,
very soon, too.
From one Justin to another, and he's ahead of me, too.
Very
So
soon.
that's going to be coming up very shortly. We're all excited.
Exciting.
All excited here at News 10. It's good times, you know?
Spring and new beginnings. Oh, we love it.
Good times unless you're a snowmobiler.
Yeah,
Or an
that
ice
is true.
fisher, or a snow
There are a lot
plower.
of other people who rely on the snow and
Yeah,
the cold.
exactly right.
All right, well, thank you, Justin, and we will let you get some rest because you're going to be very, very busy
Yeah,
tonight.
so we do have team coverage here through these storms this evening, so we will be here with you. All of us are going to be on shift, so I'm actually going home to take a nap to come back to help Andy cover the storms this evening, and then I'll be in tomorrow with Darren as we kind of look at the aftermath and the falling temperatures.
Yeah.
Colton may be in Hawaii. Aloha to him, by the way. But from 4,500 miles away, he has still been keeping an eye on the forecast, too. And so
Yes, he's been posting.
any of us, you can stay up to date. We thank you for trusting us with your weather information and hope you'll be with us throughout these storms. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy the weather tonight. Sorry about the cold tomorrow in advance. The warm's coming right back to start March.
We're not blaming you, but thank you for warning us.
Yep, I'm just the messenger.
Right.
That's all I am, for the good and the bad. So keep that in mind.
Well, thank you, Justin. Go rest up. We'll
course,
see you
yes,
tonight.
of course.
Andy Provenzano will be in for Studio 10 first at 4 in our 90 minutes of news. And here, I know a lot of people talking about the presidential primary election, casting their ballots, but also while you're making those choices, you have another choice and some more forms to fill out. It's tax season. If you can believe it or not, we've been talking about it a little bit. And you still have some time, a few months before, before the tax deadline. That is April 15th, so mark your calendars if you don't have it ingrained in your brain already. And we're going to be talking about IRS tax scams with the Michigan Department of Treasury so that you do not get your personal information or money taken away, right? We want that money in our pockets, not out of our pockets. And then you just heard News 10's Justin Bradford talking about the first alert weather day. So we're going to be tracking the possible severe storms that could come through our area. And then coming up News 10 at 5:30, sports co-director Fred Heumann has the powerful story of a Michigan State gymnastics and the program's stellar season after a dark and uncertain few years. Coming up News 10 at 6, our Capitol correspondent Zachariah Wheaton is in West Michigan for the GOP watch party. So that is what we have coming up on News 10 at 6. I do want to give a live look at the Falcon Cam for BWL, so let me show you that real quick. You might remember from last year. Oh, and let me play the video so that you can actually see this in real time. Hold on, let me hit play on this. There they go. This was a huge hit last year. And Crystal, was it Egbert? Was that the name? This is not Egbert, huh? Oh, those are MSUs, my apology. This is BWL Falcon Cam. We're seeing the new Peregrine Falcons. Just very adorable. We'll keep checking in on them. It's always fun when they lay their eggs. You watch them hatch. It gets very dirty and messy in there, but natural things happen as we all do. So you can't blame them. It's so cute.
Yes.
And we have Erin Bowling standing next to me.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, it's a nice warm Tuesday afternoon, so can't complain. Little bit scared for the weather this evening, but I feel prepared. So
We're going
good.
all over the place. We're going to be yanked
Yes.
around with the weather.
Yes, a lot of crazy weather. But earlier this morning, I was actually at a Choose Lansing convention. They are essentially like the tourism organization for Mid-Michigan, and they had a big rebrand last year, and they're kind of rolling it out this year. But yeah, this morning they talked about their rebrand. It's Choose Lansing, plan on something great, or plan on something greater. A little play on, Greater Lansing.
I like that.
But really, at the event, they recapped all of the successes they've had over the past year, talked about how tourism and the economy is doing in Lansing, and the greater Lansing area, not just Lansing, so all of Mid-Michigan.
Yes.
But then also looking forward into next year, some of the cool events they've got going on, some of the cool conventions, kind of a fun one that I personally thought was fun. Mid-Michigan is going to be hosting 6 U.S. level sporting competitions this year. Yeah, I know. Some
Wait,
pretty
that's
cool
sweet.
stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Get
I
the
think
competition on. Here we go.
there's, D1 women's golf.
Wow.
There's some hockey going on. Some archery. There's a bunch of really cool stuff.
Sign me up for archery.
Yeah, right? I know. Well, they're the national level sporting people,
So
the
give me at a beginner
athletes.
level,
So I don't know.
beginner,
Yeah, we
beginner.
should sign up for a beginner level. I don't know if we're quite
Let's
up to
take a
their
class.
caliber.
We'll take a class.
But again, it's it's bringing lots of people to the area. They're traveling all across the country. For some of these events they're hosting, it's all across the world. And their goal is to bring people to Lansing, choose Lansing and Mid-Michigan on a broader scale. But
And that's awesome that they want to bring it to our area. And it's cool for us in our area to see what that's going to look like, how businesses and everything is shaped around that.
yes, and Choose Lansing was formerly known, super long name. I don't want to butcher it, but I believe it was the Greater Lansing Conventions and Visitors Bureau. It's a long name. It used to be like a mitten. You probably have seen their booths and banners and tents and stuff up. But yeah, now they're Choose Lansing. They've got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe this next year.
Right.
Kind of cool. Last year, the Mid-Michigan area, or Lansing, they said that hotel sales got right back up to pre-pandemic levels, just
That's
below,
awesome.
but it's pretty much the same. It's over 1 million hotel rooms sold in the area last year.
That's
so
a lot.
I thought that was kind of crazy. Yeah, I didn't really
That's
think
crazy.
of the Mid-Michigan as a visitor destination. I live here, grew up here, work here, that sort of thing. But apparently it really is enough to sell 1 million hotel rooms.
We have a
over
lot
1
of great
million.
events,
Yeah.
sporting events being one of them, and just
Yeah.
the ones like the community events, getting people out. So it is awesome how they're continuing to get people here.
Yeah, and we got some little sneak peeks. Silver Bells is going to be their 40th year.
So fun.
Yeah, they said they have some. They alluded to. I don't want to make any promises, but they alluded to some new, exciting things at Silver Bells this year.
Well, I was there last year, so now I'm looking forward to December. But
Yep.
we're in February. Let's ease.
I know. We don't want to jump the gun, but yeah, I'll be giving a recap of their event this morning on News 10 at 5, so you can see, where we've been this past year and where we're headed for this next year.
All right. Thank you, Erin. Looking forward to that. And one more time, News 10 at
5.
News 10 at 5.
News 10 at 5
Sounds
o'clock.
Good.
Yes, yes.
A lot going on today, so let me show you one more time what we have coming up, starting with First at 4 and kind of going throughout our 90 minutes of news. There you go. And just taking a look at that real quick. I did promise you that we would be talking to Justin Kent soon. He got pulled away for a second, but we are bringing him back like a little magic show. So give it just a second here. All right, and we have Justin Kent, and you have been enjoying the nice outdoors as well.
Oh man, Justin was talking about it earlier, and I'm telling you, it is nice to be out there. We got golf courses opening up all across mid-Michigan. El Dorado and Mason is open now for the season, which is pretty exciting stuff.
You have a big smile on your face while talking
it
about
was
this.
so fun to be out there. It was just cool to see the guys just enjoying it. And then we went to the ski resort. Believe it or not, 70 degrees, and we still have snowboarders and skiers enjoying Mount Brighton.
What are they wearing? Are they still wearing the big winter jackets?
Some of them are wearing big winter jackets or hoodies, and some of them are in t-shirts. And so I asked one of the guys, I said, why I see you're wearing a hoodie. I said, why not a t-shirt? It's pretty hot out here. I was hot out there. And he looks at me and he goes, well, if you fall in this ice slushy stuff, he goes, it hurts. So he wears the long sleeve. I said, that makes
Protection, there you
perfect
go.
sense. So
Yep.
Yep.
Well, he's smart.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and I'll have that story coming up for you guys in our 6 o'clock show. So.
All right,
yeah.
News 10 at 6. Here, all of fun with golf and the ski resort. There you go. Thank you, Justin. Let me take your name away. I just had it. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm going to give a live look over Mason so that you can see more of those blue skies that Justin was just talking about. I'm not even seeing a single cloud in the sky over there. That is looking beautiful. So make sure that you're heading outside today. I would show you the falcons, but let me show you the falcons because clearly they're also enjoying this beautiful day. They're not even in view of the falcon cam. They're flying and being free.
They went out to have some fun.
Oh, they want to have some fun. And someone else who likes to have some fun, Mars Anderson. Welcome to the News 10 Plus
everybody.
Desk.
Hello, Taylor.
Hello, how are you?
Actually, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Today has been a good day. Been out working on my story, and I'm excited to share it with the audience today.
All right, so what's coming up during our 90 minutes of news?
So, of course, we are doing a feature on the founder of the Justice League. So she has a grand past, and I say grand as in there's a lot of wealth of knowledge and of history and things that she's experienced from growing up in the Jim Crow South to being a part of some sit-ins, teachers' protests, and her goals now here in Lansing fighting for racial justice and trying to close that wealth gap that we see here between the Black community and maybe some other races in the area. So Great story, and I hope people are checking that out at 5:30.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that has a lot of great content coming with it. I know we've had a lot of stories similar to that. And also for February, Black History Month. So I know yesterday on
Absolutely.
Studio 10, talking about Black art, history, literature, and the significance in celebrating that. So
Absolutely, and I think a big thing about that is that Black history is made at all times. History is made at all times.
it's not just the month of February.
Absolutely. So when we have these small moments here, we're thinking that, this is happening now, but this is something that we're going to be able to tell people later. So it's exciting to highlight what this organization is doing because it's new. They were founded in 2021. It's only 2024. They have some
fresh.
exciting news as well as far as the scholarship. So now they're getting into that process of now using these funds that they have raised and giving it back to the community. So I'm excited to share that as well.
Oh, we love when people give back to the community.
Yes,
That's
we
always
do.
great. All right, News 10 at?
5:30.
News 10 at
And
5:30.
hopefully it'll make an impact, so check it out.
Oh, I like that. I like that. All right. Thank you, Mars.
Thank
Sounds
you so
good.
much.
News 10 at 5:30, and I lost your name. There we go. Sometimes these buttons get me a little confused. All right, let's take another live look over Mason one more time. It's just so beautiful outside today. So if you're unable to get outside, well, I'm going to show it to you, which might give you some FOMO, but there you go. A live look over Mason. It is just beautiful. And let me try to show you another live look. Let's take it to downtown Jackson. You're seeing a little bit more cloud cover over there. Overall, still a gorgeous, beautiful February day. Again, 70 degrees, which is just absurd for February, if I'm being honest. It feels great, but of course you want that more towards spring and kind of helping out with the crops and the animals. But regardless, here is the First Alert weather app so you can stay up to date with the First Alert forecast. Getting the latest updates for your radar, satellite, hour-by-hour temperature, all of that good stuff. And of course, you can also get the video updates from our meteorologists and hear from them more in-depth detail of what will be in the forecast. So again, with everything going on tonight, the First Alert weather app is such a great tool to have on your phone. And you also get the traffic alert update. So again, go download it. It is completely free off of Google Play and the Apple App Store. We have Deanna Giles who is standing by, and she's actually coming up on First at 4 today and then throughout our 90 minutes of news. So we're gonna see what she has coming up. Deanna?
Hi Taylor, and happy presidential primary election day. I'm here at one of the polling locations where people have already started to come in and cast their votes. Now the polls opened up early this morning, and I've been checking in with different precincts, seeing how voters are turning out. And so I'll have more details coming up later on News 10 at 5 and 6. For now, I'm Deanna Giles. Back to you, Taylor.
Thank you. And again, 5 and 6, but we've moved her to start with First at 4 and then our 90 minutes of news. So Deanna's very, very busy today. As you heard her talking about, voting started earlier this morning and the polls close at 8 p.m. today. So if you need to go vote, make sure you look up your precinct and go do that. Also looking and being aware of the different ballots, choosing Republican or Democrat. And then also some different townships, different cities are also including multiple millages part of the ballots as well. So make sure you are paying attention to what is on the ballot and you can inform yourself of what's on the ballot before heading to the polls. Just head to our website, wilx.com. That is all you have to do. Very busy today with the primary presidential election, so just make sure you are careful out there driving around if there's a lot of people in one area casting their vote. Let them do their thing. But again, it is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. I feel like I want to give another look because it's just so nice. So another look, downtown Jackson. If you give me a second, I will change the camera shot so we can get some other looks around mid-Michigan. All right, what is looking good right now? Let's see Delta. Delta's looking good. Delta's looking good. All right, let's take a look at that real quick. It is just beautiful outside today. But again, it is a First Alert weather day, which means that later tonight, like Justin was talking about, Justin Bradford that is, we will have a big change in temperatures happening tomorrow. And then also, even though we have the blue skies and the sun right now, that is going to be turning into clouds and thunderstorms and hail and gusty winds later tonight, again around 10, 11 p.m. So charge your phones, because if you have your phone that's about to die and you're plugging it in before you go to bed, well, if the power happens to go out, your phone might just die. So make sure to charge it throughout the day today. Again, like Justin Bradford was saying, maybe go charge your devices as you're enjoying the nice weather and disconnect for a little bit. And then pack some extra emergency kit stuff. So flashlights, extra batteries, blankets, I said flashlight already, extra food, water, anything that can help get you through, especially if there's a power outage or any damage. We just want to make sure you're prepared and aware on all of this. So again, it's a very busy Tuesday with the first alert weather day coming in tonight, and then the presidential primary election. We'll have all of this covered in a lot more detail than what I'm giving you right now, coming up starting with Studio 10, then First at 4, and then our 90 minutes of news. Studio 10 gets started here in just under half an hour, so make sure to go check them out. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everyone.